Scorpio, welcome to my channel. I am Raven from Norway. This is going to be a bonus read. We usually have a bonus read for Scorpions each month, trying to give bonus read to the others. However, the algorithm doesn't support that much. I base my channel on free spreads and well, I get paid for 1 minute once. However, Scorpios, you are the founding fathers of this channel, and I always like to dig a little bit deep when it comes to what's going on in the Scorpio sphere. I do look at a few channels and they do tend to resonate, but what's really going on, you know, what's really we look under the moon and we're like, yeah, okay, but there is another rock, right? So we're going to find the rock under the rock. So tell me, what kind of characters, what kind of fun are we up against here? What is the situation for Scorpio? Off-centered. Okay. Unfinished business here with the universe. Thoth deck based. Okay, so basically this corresponds with the world. I'm currently organizing my room and it doesn't look good during the organizing phase. All right. Oh, what do you know? Scorpio is transcending. So if you feel lately that you're very tired, you have no problem sleeping. You could be the other way around, but for me, I could sleep 24 hours straight. Wake up, have some food, go back to bed, and continue sleeping. I should check that out. What? I did it as an experiment to check out what is this about. And someone I like to listen to, she's called Infinity, and she said that there are actually many who are saying that we are in some kind of transition right now, which could be many of you just prefer to stay in bed. You get up, you get dizzy, you feel like laying down a little bit. And what do you know? She said something about that we are being elevated, that we are transcending. I already had many awakenings where I know what you know that you know, where I know. And still you fall back, you go up the stairs and you fall a little bit back, and without like noticing, before you know it, you're back again into the illusion, into the samsara, and you're like, what just happened? I just transcended. I was in I was in, samadhi, I was one, I was in unity consciousness, I could manifest whatever I wanted, and all of a sudden I'm back here on the ground again, doing the groundwork. What's going on, So it's a practice system. It's a how to practice the for example, I could say now, this chair sucks. This table sucks. It's too wiggly. It's too this, it's too that. But it could be worse. What if I didn't have a chair at all? What if I didn't have a table at all? Which would be a situation which is far worse. So what do we focus on with 5 of Cups? We don't have that one yet. Well, we focus on what we have and say, okay, this table is a little bit, but I'm so happy I have a table. I'm so happy I have a chair. I'm so happy I have you guys. And I'm so happy I can talk to my phone and without being disturbed, update it later. Right? So we focus on what we want in life, we focus on what we have in life, and the more we do that, the more we are going to attract. What else does Scorpio need to deal with right now? Okay. So this is being disaligned. So you need to know that some of the cards that are here on this is the higher arcana, the 22 cards, and they're not necessarily all you, the archetypes. They could correspond with someone you know who are out of alignment, who are not where they're supposed to be in life. They could also suggest that they reflect you, because I see here someone are experimenting with chemicals they should do. Is it literally? I don't know if you're cooking stuff in a tiny camping wagon far away in the woods, or if it's something that you are putting inside yourself, and that's gonna go. In that case, this is a warning. The Great Spirit is here and is trying to warn you that something is off. The High Priest also is. You could be dealing with someone who, because you have the High Priestess twice. So one is transcending, and what the hell is the other one up to? Right? There is a lovely letter here coming in for you, by the way. So what? So you could be dealing with a shadow self. There is a beautiful outcome to this situation. Some of you could have been a victim to a third party, or you could have had a choice between two men/women, two people. You made your choice, and I believe you chose you. So this is between the one with dignity and the one who's profane. That's the original meaning of the lovers, and I brought it back. So what's up here? Well, the fool, I mixed him with the devil. So the devil here, the shadow, purified himself in the symbol of the wolf here, purified himself to becoming more than just the devil and the fool, by becoming something different, something new. I don't know if you've seen the last Star Wars episodes, that you used to have, yeah, the Jedi, you used to have the Sith, and then this new couple is popping up, and they said you don't have to be this or that. What if we just are exactly what we are? You know, we're neither good or bad. We just are, right? And so the devil here has and the fool have transformed himself into something that is beyond duality, and he owns it. After all, he's been the devil, and now there is something new here. So I don't know what happened, Scorpio, but whatever did take place here, you chose you. There is still unfinished business here. Okay, I'm gonna play a little bit with the Lenormand deck. For those of you who don't know me, the cards look a little bit strange because I designed them on my own and I printed them. It's test print, but they really are pretty, well, sometimes more accurate than the actual cards. That's why I made them, because it's fun. Okay, let's have a look, Scorpio. What is going on? So the system in regards to unfinished business has something to do about people around you who are not authentic, who are inauthentic. And how does that prevent you from, this is not the right card, how does that prevent you from being the High Priestess? Well, because someone are sending really dark energies towards you. Magic is not necessarily using a rock, using incense, using animal sacrifice, specific kind of mantras, or voodoo dolls for that sake. All I have to do to send you dark magic is to speak negatively about you and spread that information around people. And so there is a massive amount of people now who are in this negative ideology about who you are, and that's what they do. Not understanding that power and the way we pronounce our words, the way we use our voice is in itself magic. That's how we manifest, the way we think, our expectations, and how we see the world, right? So someone here they don't want you to transcend, basically. They're going to try and stop you. And it seems to me that, well, someone here, I get that someone here are trying to be like you, Scorpio. Okay, so something here is under the moon. This is someone here tipping you a little bit off the table, tipping you a little bit off the chair, and I go, well, in this case, the chair is not that comfortable, so whatever. The moon in this setting means healing. I don't like to say to people that you need healing. We are always perfect as we are, but you can experience illness. Everything that's around us is the illusion you create. And so what is under the moon? Well, that depends. Is it a tarot card or is it a Lenormand card? And the Lenormand card, it's you need to align yourself with your own vortex. You need to magnetize yourself. You need to be aligned with spirit. And what is that? Well, you need to do what you love to do the most. You cannot do something that you dislike doing just because someone else have these expectations to you. Basically, in the end of the day, you cannot live up to other people's expectations, because it will create you a prison. And people can be extremely cruel, as you should know by now, Scorpio, that there are so many people out there that we consider to be friends. And our closest friends, we experience, it doesn't take them $1 before they stab you in the back, because all of a sudden you are some kind of threat to them. I experienced someone creating this kind of dark energy towards me. Why? Because I told them to stop. Stop bringing negativity into my world. Stop telling me what to do. Stop trying to be the boss of my life. Stop thinking that I am your psychologist. Stop thinking that I want to hold your hand and go through heaven and hell. I mean, heaven. Stop dictating how I should live my life, and stop projecting your negativity and your pitiful life onto me. I'm not responsible for you living a sucky life. I never invited you to live side by side by me. You move in and they come closer and closer and closer and closer in the next moment. If you take something from, if someone are giving you a gift, be careful who you take this gift from, because at some point it can be used against you. And the strange thing is that when they claim it back, they tend to forget what is been given to them. Well. You had pure intentions with someone here. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna manifest a gaming chair. Your intentions are pure here. They are delicate. Towards temperance. I'm not going to reveal the star sign because you can get hookup. And oh yeah, but she wasn't Pisces or Taurus, so this is Maria. No, is the energy here. But whatever they were cooking up here, it was working. I think we are dealing with someone here who this is someone who can come out as flawless, but you sense that something is off. Something doesn't feel right. You've been trying to reach them, but it's like trying to jump a mountain maybe every time. And you've been thinking, you have this tendency, Scorpio, to think that just because you understand this and this and this, then this person or these people who are so great probably understand the same thing. But to your very shock, people do not have the same moral as you have. And the reason maybe you've been stalling the situation longer than necessary here with your crown chakra pure open, it's because they have played the game strategically well. They haven't asked you for anything, they haven't harmed you, they always play nice. And so still you feel that there are mountains between the two of you. And why? And so you say, well, it's because of this, it's because of that. No, it's something else. Because when you're with them, you also sense that there is something here they are avoiding talking about. There is this wall between us, but you can't put your finger on it because they're so nice, right? Well, this could be the reason. It's showing up in reverse, however, and yet we do see unfinished business. Scorpio, is it possible that you could have been either breadcrumbed, or have you been somehow stalled? Have you been in someone's... Well, it's good to have this person in my love life, because if I don't get the real deal, at least I have Scorpio, and they are patient, they are nice, and they are forgiving, and yada 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 yada. And at some point they forgot you're Scorpio. So I see you praise this individual. My God, they're beautiful. They are so pure. And maybe they haven't done anything voluntarily, but they do have this tendency to, they come out either as they have this victim kind of role, and they refuse to see things from your side or other people's side. It's usually my side that counts here. This bridge between two very strong souls. One of these buildings have the moon. It's hidden, but you can't get over that bridge. You can't reach them, Scorpio. The person here that we might be dealing with, I'm dealing with a cockroach right here, and geckos, and I have an ant visiting me. The person you might be dealing with, Scorpio, lacks knowledge. They might have a lot of knowledge. They could be, you know, a brain surgeon or a rocket science for all I care, but they do not have the correct knowledge in regards to the opposite sex, gender, and the tower is crumbling. Let's see, what else do we have? Maybe they simply don't know how to handle. Scorpio, you can be quite rough stuff to handle. But I see here your intentions. Not only are they pure, but you also have some kind of healing effect on other people. Because more than once, speaking from my own experience, you have reached the transcendence of the self. And so if you already have reached that state, I reached that state first time, naturally, without any magical stuff. 18. I was 18. And usually it comes after a tower moment where you collapse in anger. The last time a project I had was rejected, and I said, I hope I will be rejected, because if they say yes to this project, then I have to do this. But when I did get rejected, because it wasn't supposed, what I had, the content I had, didn't fit their frame. And for some reason, they touched a really, really soft spot in me. So I broke down anyway. And instead of, you know, having the attitude which I had here, I'm going to try with 1 billion, with billion people, someone has to say yes. Because if I have this beautiful, beautiful gift here, which I made, and it's perfect, it's professional, how can you deny this? Well, just because someone says no, that doesn't mean that whatever you made isn't good enough. But I broke down, so it touched a very old wound from childhood where I was rejected like pretty much 99% of the time as a child. Until I got boobs, of course. And so that's when there was a direct message to me. It was so direct that it's creepy. A raven might as well just landed in the window with the note, with some alien scripture that I all of a sudden know how to read. This kind of crazy, right? They knew my secret code, which I haven't told anyone. But who are they? Well, they are practically everywhere, you know. And they say they won't contact you through ChatGPT. If they can, they will. But they also know that ChatGPT is lying, so it's highly unlikely that they will. Correct? Okay. But I wasn't using ChatGPT at the point. I was watching a movie. All right. So I came to the awakening. I was in the transcendence. I started to manifest one thing after the other before at some point I started, after a week, after 2, after 3 weeks, to fall down. But I was still carrying the knowledge. I still had the knowledge in regards to how this system works, right? But there's still work to do, obviously. And when you're not so sure about, what do I want from here? You will also get something manifested to you that you're not so sure of yourself, right? So, here you are, Scorpio. You're working hard. You're working hard towards something. You're looking away from these people who are being judgmental towards you. They are inauthentic, and you just turn your back towards them. And you say that, okay, the only thing I know which is real is me. And when I'm alone, I'm only with me. I'm being real. But you are in a self, what's it called? Imprisonment. Self-contained imprisonment. Is that how you say it? You have made yourself into your own prisoner. By not seeking, I don't know, you could be a loner because you've been betrayed too many times. You don't trust anyone. And so, because anyone are very often this one. What's the upside of the High Priestess? Well, she likes to talk BS about other people. She does not shut up. She doesn't know how to close her eyes and go beyond the self and to observe the ego. And even though we are in no way flawless beings, we somehow tend to fall into the ego state and say, I need this. I'll be happy when I get my new house. I'll be happy and blah 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 blah. I'll be, And if this person could get the hell out of my life, I would be more happy. Scorpio, this self-imprisonment could have something to do with your love life. I also see your shadow self here. And so you are protecting yourself basically from a person that you either are in love with, have been in love with someone you could have been telling them you need to make a choice, or you felt somehow maybe that, well, to them, I'm as good as it gets, is what I get here. I feel you struggle with a lot of self-confidence. You might come out as wonderful, beautiful, this and that, but you yourself, you're the one who have to live in your own body. You're the one who sees the little flaws, you know. I could make a list. People tell me, oh, you look so good, Raven, and they don't know that I have a very long list of things that I can prove to you that this is you know, a very unattractive trait, right? And so we push people away from us, in this case the love life. Oh wow, that explains why we sleep so much. This is a death process. This is something which is on its way to its grave. Actually, it's already in the grave. So that could be the cocoon process. It could be you preparing yourself for something that's about to change radically. You could also be in a grieving process. Whoever are gone are coming out as pure, but there is this intensity here to this card with the red moon. Scorpio. Wow. You might feel the one who is rejected here. Maybe that goes both ways, by people, by friends, family, lovers, whatever you're up against. But your sensuality is pure intentions. And so, and still you feel that people are judging you, that people are keeping you like some kind of, well, not what we say, no, it next check the heart is, it's nice to have just in case, right? And you chose yourself and aiming for great happiness. Some of you could be an animal lover. Don't look at me. No. She has the butterfly on her neck, which symbolizes transcendence, which is also the same with the tombstone here. A raven on the top symbolizes the mind, basically somehow transcendence. Maybe you sentence yourself to death, who knows? Allegorically, of course. But I have a feeling here that some of you could be very over-isolated. And it could create a lot of anxiety. You don't exactly know where to go, what to do. And I see you have lost some of the... So you're aiming for great happiness. You chose you. I see still that the mountains that are behind you, they are a burden to you. And it's this energy of, my crown chakra is open, but I still have to climb those mountains in order to get all the way to the top. But you see, you don't have to. You don't have to be perfect. Here you get it as well, a long way. This card is a little bit dark again, apologize. But what's here is a pile of rocks with the light inside. And so this says here, you're already there. You just need to get that through your, you need to understand that you're already there. You don't need to climb, because every time you climb one mountain, there's going to be another mountain. So you are on top of the mountain, or finally you can slide down. And there's going to be a new mountain. So you're always where you're supposed to be. And here, he's actually on top of the mountain. He's exactly where he's supposed to be. You have unexpected money coming in. That card pops a lot up these days for nearly almost all the signs. So it's looked like he's on some kind of robbery here, but this is basically him tilting a rock. Maybe he's taking a nap. Turns out there's a crack in the rock. And all of a sudden there is this money here, which are maybe hundreds. Yes, this is all this gold. And it belongs to you because it's off-grid. I don't know, maybe you have to pay taxes in that sense. We will see the authority here. Oh. Again, your protection. There's a good lady which is protecting you from someone who ain't necessarily having it. Again, also, you will receive a gift, Scorpio. Oh, this is great news. So you might expect or have unexpected money in regards to a property. You could have something that has high value and sell it, okay? When it comes to the gravestone here, it could be that someone in your family who's very, very old are about to pass away. They could be passing away. Maybe you're thinking about them. Maybe they say hello from wherever they are. You're working on a project that's going to transform you. You might even get famous for whatever it is that you do, Scorpio. Again, same thing. Self-imprisonment. You have basically isolated yourself completely from the world outside of you, so it won't disturb the stuff you do. Forgetting that it's quite unhealthy to not go out in the nature, to not exercise properly, not eating the proper food you should, And even we are pack animals, we should have someone around you now and then, just even though it's just blah blah the weather kind of talk. Complete isolation here, isolated with shadow self. But it's about to change. Yeah. So something is about to come to an end here. There could have been some kind of battle here, a fight between someone here who has not been very nice to you. Strong emphasis on a woman here who been watching you from afar. She sees your strength. She could be miles, thousands of miles away from you. She could be in another country. She could be on the moon, for what I care. And they see you are doing great. Maybe you did take a battle in regards to them, but it's about to come to an end. Your home life is also affected by this grief, this emptiness. It's healing. You're about. It's just. You're not far away from getting your flowers back, so to speak. Okay. Okay. So there was some kind of a lover here. This person could have been involved in two women. Not necessarily physically involved, but talking to someone else and keeping you as some kind of spare part. I don't know. It's different for all of you. There was a lack of knowledge from their side of you. They could have been undereducated. The book in reverse here. And for some reason, you're coming out as protected with the spirit guardian here. Okay, we have 42 minutes. We have a few minutes left. All right. What else is it that Scorpio need to know? If you want me to do a monthly / weekly Scorpio read, just fill in the blanks below. I go with the algorithms, and the algorithms say do shortcuts, do free spreads, and so forth. However, this is calming. Okay. No shy. Okay, no shy. Let's see what else. Oh la la. That's very interesting. You feel detached from, some of you have this magical world, and some of you are working towards this magical world. Some of you are blue rays, some of you have this connection with blue people, but you can't see them. You're working, and it says keep working with what you love to work with, because they can certainly see you. All right. The blue people with the golden eyes. So yeah, that's for those of you who are interested in star seeds and other worlds. There are entities around you that are watching you. So the love life here went kind of down the drain. And so you isolated yourself even more. And you're saying, fuck it, I'm just going to align myself with God. I'm going to be with God. God is great. I don't need anyone. All I need is myself. And here you are in your own prison, self-made prison. And you have company. You have the shadow self, the other you. So it looks to me you dug your own grave. You're basically in one grave. And at the same time, you are the people who are watching the grave. Maybe you have, if you have thoughts about self-delete, you need to understand that it's not going to get you far. For many, many reasons, which I won't go into right now. All right. You're going to raise in your ranks. You are someone, especially if you're a woman, you are being seen. You've been highly underestimated by a lot of people. You've been seen as someone who basically can't lift a kitten barely, very fragile. I was just a month ago, I was called a Berkeley lady because I needed help with my suitcases. In my defense, trying to lift those suitcases was trying to stop an elephant, lifting an elephant. So if that makes me a fine lady, also the fact that I loved animals, that was also make me into Berkeley lady, which kind of was meant as an insult wrapped in humor. And for me, I don't care if these ladies sounds nice driving around in a Mercedes. In the end of the day, I was the one who didn't mind the dirt, who lived outside electricity for 6 months with questionable kind of people doing the dirty work, living with tarantulas and running around, jumping a tree with a knife in my mouth and Victoria's underwear, having to create some kind of nest for myself, being on my own, climbing the mountains, getting a really nice tight ass, and no one would expect that of you, that you have that in you. But something tells me that soon they will know. Oh, god damn. I get that someone's watching you. They're having an eye on you. If you are a woman, that is. They have an eye on you and they're coming out as very... they're coming out with strong authority. Mind before emotions, status before anything else. I also see some of you turning off your emotions, and you're going down a path where you will pick up on an energy where yes, you will be the high commander, but you will also lose part of yourself, part of the heart, which will crack, which will push you down the ladder of evolution, the Jacob's ladder, whatever you call it, you will go from being in the transcendence of the self, maybe thinking, if I replicate the energy of the boss, of the boss of the bosses, then all the good stuff have to come to me because that's who I am now. And at the same time, you tune yourself into energies that are resonating with bloodhounds. So you might have the complete wrong ideology in regards to who you should, because you're a shapeshifter. We shapeshift through in regards to what kind of energies we send out. And so you're maybe aiming for your career. This being that you're attracting into your own home is ruthless. And is sending out ruthless energy. So you might want to take a step back from this guy and go back into just being the brave person who can overcome death, but do not turn it into a bloodhound, because there's nothing honorable about being the general of an army who are demonic, basically, asuras. Could also, like I said, it could also be someone who keep an eye on you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Their mind is on you. Well, talking about demons. I didn't request this card, actually. It just popped up in my list of my collections with a name and everything. And I was thinking, I don't even know why I printed him. I thought, well, maybe I need a demon. But the unexpected money that you get could be an offer, could also be of demonic character. So basically many people now see narcissists as demonic. I see you're trying to resist. What exactly are you trying to resist? With your mind, with your thought, with your speech, but it's going to be a tough job to resist. Because they have this entity, this being, they know exactly. Let's say you're addicted to alcohol and you need a lot of money to get access to that alcohol, or you need access to some kind of other drug. They know exactly what you need, and they will give you full access to that. And so resistance is futile. Unless you do have very strong spirit guardian here. Oh dear Lord. Sometimes reversals are actually better than reversals. Someone here is going to know that you have something a little bit more than regular. Something, oh, Scorpio have something. I know they have something. You could be hiding it. You could be hiding money, the unexpected money. You have someone around you. They don't even have to be close to you, but they're draining you. draining you. If you feel like sleeping all the time, it could actually be someone who's an energy vampire. They could drain absolutely everything from you. Your bank account, your energy, your life. And there's only one way to get rid of them. It's through her. Perhaps this one. She's coming up as a little bit off-centered, and with the help from this one. You could reset the entire system, meditate. You don't need any permission slips. You don't need any gong. You don't need any incense. You don't need any mantras. You don't need any rudrakshas or malas or whatever. All you need is to reset the system and then tune up your vibrations, and they won't be able to have access to you. And as long as you have some kind of attachment to what's going on in the samsara, in the illusion, they will have easy access to you. Wow. Okay. First of all, the person who is draining you, they are already being surveilled. He or she will be punished by the Reaper himself. If she have any spy devices, it will be taken from her. She could be the reason you suffer from a heartbreak right now. Because in this story, she betrayed him. There is an army behind you. Although you feel detached from these so-called higher beings, there is still. And why? Maybe because there is guilt attached to this. Which one should I choose? Or maybe you are the one who, it could go both ways. You could be dealing with someone who are keeping you as an option, or the other way around. In any case, there could be guilt attached to this. And yet there is this defiance in regards to death here. You have an army behind you who is willing to fight for your cause. And that's including the wolf tribe. Because as long as you have the curse, they need to take care of you or that. Okay? Because unless they take care of that, it's like a virus, basically. They need to neutralize you. They need to disinfect you and all that kind of stuff. We've all been there 5 years ago. But they are not authority. More like wildlings. They all know how to take care of this curse, which can also be a blessing if you know how to use it, right? So Scorpio, your story, despite you have this self-imprisonment kind of, you could be around people, you could go to work, and still you're alone. So whatever is the case here, there are people, beings, and entities watching you. There are people and entities and beings who are jealous with what you have, because they don't focus on what they have. Because if you want something in life, well, persistence is needed. Being consistent is needed. Very few people can solve the Rubik's Cube by simply just, oh, let's try this. You need to practice, learn from your mistakes, and you have done that. And so you have gained something very beautiful here, knowledge, capacity, and you're now you are on the brink here of gaining something from all the hard work that you've been doing for your entire life. But it's like that moment before it takes place. It's like, okay, you lose some of those ones, so you need to go down a few steps again to pick those up, and then, you know, the backpack is getting ripped, and you go like, fuck. Right? And then someone's standing in your way. Could be this guy, could be a father figure, could be your uncle, could be a brother, but it's like someone here is, but you know, you see this woman and this man, they have the same position in two different armies. So it could also be someone who are opposing you, an enemy. She, by the way, have a dragon on her shoulders. This dragon was born long before 3 decades before we knew about Game of Thrones. Alright, Scorpio, quite the dramatic read. You might live isolated, but let's just say there are lots of things, interesting things coming towards you, coming to you, and there are beautiful things. There are pleasant things, and just stay positive about it, and I wish you the very best of luck, and happy birthday soon in a few months ahead. Whenever you see this could be for you.